Damn, I've been gone for a little bit of time now, guys. I missed you guys, I really did. Life just kind of caught up to me. I was moving to a new room, which means I had to move my studio, which also means I had to make some upgrades, make some changes to how I wanted to do things. And that took a while. I mean, that took a month of time to do. You guys are watching this video right now. It's been a month since I made a video. Did you guys miss me? Probably didn't even realize I didn't make a video. But nonetheless, we are back on the YouTube grind because we hit 5K subs, and I'm getting to my goal of 10K subs by the end of 2022. But it feels good to be back in front of the camera again, you know? And you know, we're gonna start making videos. We're gonna get 2 uploads a weekend. I mean that's a lot, all right? So relax. But guys, I'm back, so be ready for some more videos, okay? All right, we're gonna roast some games. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? I'm Treyllo. Welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today we're gonna be talking about New World, bro. New World. If you guys don't know the game New World, it's okay because it's pretty new, but it's coming out pretty soon here on August 31st. New World is a new MMORPG that is going to be apparently pretty huge because it is developed by Amazon Games. That's right, Jeff Bezos decided that he wanted to start making video games, and even though Amazon's tried to make 2 games in the past, both of which failed and were canceled, New World is their first actual game. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. As of right now, the New World beta is taking place, and if you pre-ordered the game, you have access to play the beta for a couple days. Through this beta, we are able to see how the game's grown ever since last year when people got access to the alpha. And I have my mixed opinions on it. Let me first start out by saying that New World is not trash. If you guys don't know, MMORPGs are the hardest games to make and almost never come out because simply too risky. There's only a few companies in the world that are truly able to invest financially in an MMO's development, and if it flops, I mean, that can be the end of your company, so you have to have money to spare. We haven't seen a lot of new MMOs, so it's exciting to see one from Amazon especially, but there are some worries. Let's not talk about the worries first, because honestly, you know, let's save those, because you guys will get mad in the comments if I say those first. Let's talk about the good things in New World that we're seeing so far. First of all, the game is massive, okay? It's a massive world. Amazon confirmed that over 1,000 players are on the server at any time. The game has way too much to cover in one single video, but I will go over some of the features that the game has to look forward to. First, I mean, there's 50v50 PvP combat, which is dope. I mean, there's going to be massive battlegrounds. We're excited for that. We've actually already seen gameplay of what that looks like, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in depth later because some of the features are dog shit, but other features are looking promising. There's also a player-driven territory takeover system where people in companies, which are 50-player groups, can take over areas and towns and shit. So as your group, you can actually go and raid other territories and own your own territories by capturing towns and certain flag points. There's a super in-depth combat system. Even though it is janky, and personally I don't think it's that good, it is pretty in-depth. Systems like weaknesses with different elements, equipment load affecting your weight. The game seems to have a lot to explore. I mean, you can go both a PvP route and a PvE route. There's towns and cities and great quests and boss fights and dungeons and stuff. And there's, you know, all the usual MMORPG stuff. There's crafting. As of right now, there's no mounts, which is a huge miss out on Amazon's part. I mean, how can you not add mounts to an MMORPG open world game? I mean, it's the first thing that's on the list. But one thing you're going to notice is if you watch any New World gameplay is that Amazon definitely took inspiration from so many different other games to make this game. The combat system takes things from Dark Souls. You even see some survival elements you can relate closer to games like Rust. There's a lot of mixing and matching to make this game what it is. And I think that's a good thing that Amazon's doing. Not only that, but from a more community standpoint side, New World actually had a problem where you were going to be able to pay in-game for advantages. The community backlashed any type of pay-to-win systems at all and made sure that the game stuck to only cosmetic-based purchases. So it seems like Amazon's also listening to the things that the community is asking for. This means that Amazon will likely continue to listen to our feedback as the game progresses and new DLC and new mechanics and expansions are added. This is all expected stuff though, since New World was delayed, like every game ever since 2020. So like I said, there's a lot to talk about New World. There's so many things I could go over and explain, but the truth is, I do see some problems. First of all, honestly, when I first look at New World, it does look sort of cheap. And when I mean cheap, the graphics are closer to Star Wars: The Old Republic than they are to WoW. The thing about this is that MMOs usually keep the same graphics as when they launch. So will New World's graphics still be acceptable 6 to 7 years from now if this game lasts as long as MMOs are supposed to last? Personally, I don't think so. But not everyone's going to care about graphics. So at the end of the day, that can easily be overlooked by a lot of people. When I'm looking at the combat and I'm seeing the PvP and I'm seeing, people getting stunned and people taking damage, it looks all a little bit choppy and just a little bit lackadaisical. I don't know. I don't like it. It feels like cheap combat. And even though there's depth to the combat with the actual, stats of the damage you're doing and the weapons you're doing and what element damage they have and all that stuff, I still can't get behind just how it feels and looks. The massive battles look cool and all, but it's still very I don't know. It's just off. Kind of feels like two people swinging noodles at each other with preset animations. Also, compared to last year, the game lost a lot of the features that were originally going to be with the game. There were going to be a lot more player-driven systems to go with the territory player-driven system that's originally in the game. But they dropped a lot of these features to make the game more vanilla MMO. And I don't think that's a bad idea necessarily, but some of the things they had promised, like auction houses controlled by players and other companies and factions and stuff, I thought that was a good idea, but they dropped a lot of those systems in replacement for nothing. I think this was definitely a mistake, because right now New World doesn't look like anything special. I guarantee that most people are going to give it a 7 to 7.5 out of 10. It seems to be an incredibly average MMORPG that's coming out. I think some people might fall for it, but I don't think this is going to be a game that revolutionizes MMOs or anything, because it seems like they're pulling back some of their more ambitious features and instead relying on what they know is probably going to work. But right now, I'm not seeing anything mind-blowing. I don't know why you'd play this game instead of WoW right now, or Star Wars The Old Republic, or anything else, Guild Wars 2. We can say right now that the beta is a pretty decent representation of how the game is going to be. So if anyone in the comments like, oh, it's beta, they're gonna make changes, that's bullshit. The game comes out in 30 days. So what we're seeing right now in the beta is essentially the final copy of the game when it comes to the actual gameplay. Right now, there's just a lot of going on, you know what I mean? It's just mid content I'm seeing. And besides the territory system and the large scale multiplayer battlegrounds and a couple other small details, this MMO is going to be pretty standard to any MMO you've played before. It's not until we get the full game that we can see the end game content and how everything is going to work further down the line. But right now, for $40, The good thing is that there's no subscription fee, so you're paying this base $40 fee, and then you have the game forever. There might be subsequent DLC and shit, but that's just MMOs. I want your guys' opinion though. What do you think of New World so far, based on the gameplay you've seen? Do you think you're gonna buy it, and do you think you will play it for a long time? As always, guys, I'm Treyllo. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.